What's up, everyone? Again, welcome to Help Coin, your secret place to get your crypto fix. I'm Ripple Van Winkle, and I'm your boss. I hope that everyone is having a great day. Friday, or at least it would be if it wasn't paid Friday. It's not yet, but you know what next week will be all about? Celebrating that amazing paycheck that came in last night. Playoffs for softball, we made it to the second round. We lost a lot of mistakes. It was clear that I failed to get the hit. I missed some shots in the second game, but I got better after 3 games. It's okay, we'll be back in January. We're going to do it again. It will be run back and we will win another award. If we lock it on, I think this will be my 4th one, and it feels right to be back on YouTube. It feels great to be making content as often as videos every day, but we're also setting up a $499 Patreon membership where we'll talk about everything we can't talk about on YouTube because, as I said before, what happened 2 days ago was a truly horrifying event. I'm very lucky. I am very lucky. Other crypto impacts on XRP content made something we need to name them. They had lost their channel for months, but it's all because of you, the network, who bought it back, helped me, and spread the coolest vibes and good word on Twitter. Thank you for that in this episode of Going On. Brad Garlinghouse has announced this Sunday at 7 p.m. He is the time stem. He is going to be on 60 Minutes. It's going to be 60 minutes. As a matter of fact, I have a sneaking suspicion that Brad is about to, or must say, Wave's about to announce something interesting to watch, or right before the meeting. We'll look at that. We'll look at VELO first, and then we were told what the prices would be. They may be talking about Bitcoin going up to $500,000. Maybe you've even seen it go for walks to get $1 million. Did you hear that right? So, without further ado, take a seat back and relax. Let's take a look at a Bitcoin that is still above $100, which is worth $18. It's at 1% right now. Ethereum is currently on a nice little run up over 4,000. It's going up more than 5% US dollar to $1 as XRP. In the present moment, it is down 4.59%. As of right now, G is worth $2.34. The overall market value of all cryptocurrencies is $3.70 trillion. If we keep going up, it will reach $4 trillion, then $4.50 trillion, and finally $5 trillion, and finally $5 trillion. I hope everyone in 12 months know I haven't been paying attention to VELO the VELO. VELO the VELO is currently enjoying a fun little spree, more than 3 cents. The price has gone up more than 137% in the last 30 days. What's interesting and unique about the thing VELO was pointing out had to do with Ripple and XRP. I said that everyone in Sunrails has been keeping an eye on VELO's price because it's ripping, no joke intended. But this tweet from someone who had just finished watching the bit would argue that it was a tie. Congratulations to everyone who takes part in that. They must be very good at what they do because he is so young. It's right for him and right for all of his opponents. It needs a lot of hard paints. That's me. I need to check on the availability of VELO, the old puffer in the corner, and XRP goes down. It looks like VELO is drawing attention to Ripple's rank in the top 100 financial era file. Why would VELO talk about this now? Why are they talking about this? Something is probably going on. There's something cooking, folks. According to VELO's reliable report, Ripple wants to build a web of prices that will make money exchanges easy. It gives quick, clear, and cost-effective financial answers compared to the old ways of doing things. Is that what Ripple does? They help over 300 clients around the world with crypto sourcing, right-of-way bills, treasury management, lowering capital needs, and new revenue-generating partnerships with companies like IBM, Mercado, and Gravante BBA. Bitcoin will make online banking better. So to talk about this, the word of Ripple and the Internet of Value lets us all know what XRP does because we've talked about it before. Remember that we told you about VELO? VELO has a lot of the same uses as XRP. In case that makes sense, it's kind of like XRP in Asia. Okay, so it kind of does, right? That's all I have to say. VELO, on the other hand, is not pushing XRP hard. That's the question we want to ask ourselves. There is a reason for everything. There's a reason for everything right here. Why is it possible to pair VELO soft selling XRP? There may be something cooking or brewing. I don't know what it is yet. Usually when I guess these things, I'm pretty close. Most of the time I know what's going on. I can tell you and figure it out. I'm not ready to put my fingers in this yet. It could be just to get attention. Maybe there's nothing to it at all. Maybe it's trying to get your attention. It's not too late for people on the XRP network to start looking into VELO. In fact, it's the perfect time to do so now that the fee is on an absolute binge. We should see a Bitcoin worth $500,000 or $1 million now that the Bitcoin Act is law. Listen to this. Where does it go? What's your Bitcoin rate goal? So I think we'll see one of these two cases in the near future. The most likely scenario is that prices will move sideways between 110 and 80, and then there will be a low. While the Bitcoin Act is being looked at right now, the second case that could happen soon or in the middle term is when the Bitcoin Act is passed. More than the point where the US government can buy Bitcoin for its own use, as well as other countries' governments and businesses using it as property for their treasury, we should see a 5,000 Bitcoin or $1 million price. Sky is the limit when it comes to Bitcoin. And why would you want to power it there? You only have 21 million Bitcoins. For example, the Bitcoin Act suggests buying 200 million Bitcoins. This would make the price go up a lot because there may only be so many Bitcoins available. And what about use cases? I talked about this with a guest on a previous Trading 360 show, just so you know. President Trump has said that the only rule of Bitcoin is that you don't sell your Bitcoin. Have you thought about whether or not more people will start using it in the real Forex market? That being said, I don't think Bitcoin is naturally the form of currency that you use to buy coffee. There are places where people do that. As an example, El Salvador, which I've written a lot about, uses the Lightning Network for these kinds of small transfers, but you might not want it for that reason. That's not the main use case anymore. Bitcoin's main use is to store value. While we think about what cash is, there are three things that people usually think of when they think of it: a way to change money, a unit of account, and a place to store value. So there are thousands of ways to change units of account around the world. Every Forex market is a way to change units of account. However, there may be a few that work best. The dollar is there, there's the pound, there was the yen, and now there's Bitcoin. But when you talk about store a fee, none of these things are shots of price because they have houses that cause inflation. You're not putting your value in a case of cash if you're a high net worth person living in the US. People store their value in homes, businesses, and sports teams, in gold, and now in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the same kind of property, but it's digital, which makes it easier to move, sell, trade, and send it across borders. In other words, it's mostly virtual goods. Now let's move on to the next question. How much of your portfolio do you think you studied should be in cryptocurrency right now? Has that changed now that we have a president who is totally in favor of crypto? Yes, I think you'll lose a lot of money if you don't have at least 10% of your bank account in Bitcoin or Bitcoin-related assets. They are now asking for 10% of your portfolio to be in Bitcoin or Bitcoin-related assets. AKHA crypto folks, we have no idea. Some of them are asking for 10%, which is a very strong range. Is that really what you said? Then there's this David Schwartz with the golden handshake. What's going on here? In what place are all of my riddlers? What did David Schwartz put out? If you follow David Schwartz on Twitter, you can only leave a comment on this.